Good day, everybody. Today, I will be presenting a mini educational module that integrates science with Kendall and Marzano's taxonomy of learning. My chosen topic is the water cycle, and I will demonstrate how each level of the taxonomy can be applied. So, Kendall and Marzano's taxonomy is a framework that helps teachers design learning activities. It begins with simple recall of facts and moves toward deeper levels like analysis, application, reflection, and motivation. By using this model, lessons can engage not only in the mind but also the learner's values and goals. There are 6 levels in Kendall and Marzano's taxonomy. These are retrieval, comprehension, analysis, knowledge utilization, metacognitive system, and self-system. Let us look at each level, and I will show how it can be applied in science, specifically in the water cycle. The first level is retrieval, which focuses on recalling information. In science, this can be a short quiz on the water cycle, such as asking students, "What is evaporation?" or what do we call the process when water falls as rain? So, that is for the first level, which is retrieval. The second level is comprehension. This involves understanding of the concept and explaining it in one's own words. For example, students can look at a diagram of water cycle and describe how water evaporates, condenses into clouds, fall as precipitation, and then collects in oceans and rivers. Next slide. Okay. The third level is analysis. This means examining relationships and causes. For example, if I am a teacher, I could ask, how would the water cycle be affected if there were no trees? This question helps students think about the role of transpiration and how nature is interconnected. The fourth level is knowledge utilization. Here, students apply what they have learned to a task. For instance, I could ask them to write a short paragraph or make a drawing showing what would happen if the water cycle stopped. This makes them apply their knowledge creatively. The fifth level is the metacognitive system. This is where learners reflect on their own learning, set goals, and monitor progress. I can ask students, which part of the water cycle do you want to understand better? How will you check if you have mastered it? This encourages them to think about their learning process. Next, the last level is the self-system. This focuses on motivation and personal connection. For example, I might share my own experience of enjoying the rain as a child and then ask, how does learning about the water cycle inspire us to conserve water? This makes learning meaningful and emotionally connected. To conclude, Kendall and Marzano's taxonomy helps us move from simple recall of facts to higher levels of reflection and motivation. By applying this framework to science such as the water cycle, we make learning deeper, more engaging, and more meaningful for students. So that would be all, and I hope you learned something new today.